It's your boy Lil Moo, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
AQC rollin' exotic, stuff a straight 5 in the wood. I pop a pill and pour a four just to make me feel good. I told that bitch I'm chasing money, she replied back.
All right, today we got Lil Moo hopping off the porch with us today.
What's going on, bro? How you feeling?
What's going on with you, gang? I'm feeling good. How about yourself?
Man, it's looking good. It's looking good for sure.
For sure. So tell the people what you out here working on in Atlanta.
Well, really just out here getting the feel for us, seeing what's going on. I know Atlanta, this shit, it's like the music, almost capital for the country right now. So just out here just trying to just work, grind, get around people, bump into people, you know.
For sure that. How often do you get a chance to come out here and work?
I ain't gonna lie, this is really my first time even coming out here, honestly. First time.
Word.
Yeah, first time. I ain't never really been nowhere like that.
So
but I'm starting to move around though.
That's hard. So what's your experience been like so far?
It been alright. It was been hard for me to find some food. I couldn't find no food. I'm like, man, how I'm gonna find something to eat? I almost couldn't find it to eat, man. I just set up some little wing, little place. But other than that, it's decent. It's small though from Chicago, like downtown to downtown. Like 3 little buildings. Chicago, we got like hella buildings. That's why it's a little different.
For sure. So for those who don't know, tell us what life is like in Chicago.
It's really, I ain't gonna say it's really what you make it, which it is, that too though, but it's like, okay, look, like they try to paint a picture of how Chicago is, and it don't get me wrong, it is like that, it is a lot of shit going on, a lot of shit happening, but it's like, if you stay out the way, that'll just bring the chances of some shit happening to you down, lower than you being in the way. Cause I ain't gonna lie, you can still be out the way and something still happen to you in Chicago. That's how it is. But it's like, with you even being out the way though, even more though, and just staying out the mix, that decrease your chances. But shit can happen to anybody out there though. Innocent bystanders, babies, kids, anybody. It's real out there. But it's like good parts too though, like downtown. But it's like, I don't know. I don't really know. You just gotta know how to move. If you know how to move, got a brain of your own, you'll be all right.
For sure. And you from the west side, right?
Yeah, I'm from out west.
For sure. Mm-hmm. So how would you describe your experience growing up in the west side of Chicago?
Really, it was like, shit, probably like any other part of Chicago, really. It's really the same thing. But it's out west is a little different though. Out west is a little more party-ish. Like, it's a little more, like it still be motherfuckers getting clapped and shit out west too, but it's like, it's for the most part, it be on some cool shit, a little get money shit a little bit, but yeah.
That's real. So when would you say you jumped off the porch?
Honestly, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, cause I know people I jumped off that 10, 11, 12, I ain't never jump off that. I had like big brothers trying to guide me, like certain little ways and shit, even though they doing the shit that I was out here trying to, end up getting my feet wet into. So I'll probably say like late 16, 17 probably. Well, like fully like,
Yeah.
But other than that, I was really chilling for the most part.
For sure.
It's like in Chicago, you won't even like try to like plan on jumping off the porch, like a motherfucker probably something happened, now you have to, like, type shit. Like, that's how it be most of the time in the city, really, honestly.
Yeah, gotta get active.
Yeah.
What would you say is the biggest life lesson you learned growing
up? Keep pushing, because the tables could turn. Like, it been times me and my family been at the bottom of the bottom, like, fucked up type shit, but, like, that shit, and it's like, when you really look back on the shit, it's like the shit damn near seemed like it'd be damn near yesterday, but it was like, a little minute from now. But then when you look back on this shit, how far you done came, it's like, the shit damn near be feeling like you already done damn near made it, really. You really didn't though, because you trying to get somewhere further, but looking back on it to the person that you used to be, then to now, you would think like, damn, I never even imagine myself to be here, honestly.
Yeah. What would you say is the biggest obstacle you had to overcome so far in life?
The biggest obstacle I had to overcome, poverty. That's one of the biggest obstacles I had to overcome in life, shit, because that's me and my family. We grew up kind of struggling, kind of not in the best environment, not only in the best environment, but we ain't had a financial income and resources either. Shit, growing up, we was really kind of like house a lot growing up till we got stable. So I say that was my biggest obstacle I overcame.
For sure.
Shit, but yeah.
Bro, I know I've seen you before. I know
What?
I've seen
Hey,
you
you
before.
see me, man?
On the Walla cam, bro. I seen you goddamn.
Hell nah.
Bro, you saw that one, you, bro?
Hell nah. Bro, what Walla Cam? Hell nah.
Bro, your
I ain't
ass
heard about Walla
all that
Cam.
shit, bro. I'm bullshitting with you. I'm bullshitting.
Walla Cam is damn,
Bro,
bro.
Walla cam days was crazy,
Man.
bro. Them folks don't know nothing about that,
Man, hey, that Walla Cam.
though. Man, it was like the city had their own channel.
Hell yeah, they own little party channel. That shit, what? That shit
was
shit
a
bring back
vibe.
fucking memory.
So talk to us about how you started making music.
Okay, I really started making music like it's a producer in Chicago. His name Spank on the beat. He going crazy right now. My brother he was growing up. Me and my brother and him, we all kind of grew up together. Like that was my brother, homie, and he used to be making beats and shit. My brother used to go over there and make beats too, cause he make beats. My brother BJ beats. So we just in there just talking, picking shit one day. And Spank told me, he like, man, you might as well rap. You look like it, you got the image. He kept telling me that, like, he always told me, I got the image for that shit. I'm like, nah, I ain't even gonna do that shit. And then I end up just playing with that shit one day. That was the first time I ever recorded some. I recorded some of his little studio in his basement. If you from Chicago out west, Spank, you know his studio in the basement. You know what I'm talking about. So that's how that shit really started. And it just slowly but surely started picking up from there.
That's hard. So what motivated you to start taking it serious?
Really, when I started seeing like I'm actually decent at the shit, that's when I started trying to take it a little serious. I ain't gonna lie, cause I used to be playing with it at first, and then I show it to people and shit. And that be the thing too. Like when I first started, I show my shit to like my homie and shit. Now I think like they just telling me like what I want to hear type shit. And then every time like, nah, this shit actually is decent. I'm like, man, you show that shit decent, folks? Cause I be listening to that shit a million times to try to see. But hell yeah, though, once I figured out that I was really decent with this shit, and I started listening to the shit I'm saying, and then I listen to another like artist song or anybody's song, and I like, damn, like my shit could damn near, you know what I'm saying, like be in the playlist with this shit, like you see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's when I knew I had to take this shit serious.
That's hard as hell. Who would you list as some of your musical influences?
Ain't gonna lie, Sosa. Just awesome. How he changed and came in and did shit how he wanted to do it, when he wanted to do it. I'd say Sosa. I ain't gonna lie, Lil Baby ass hard too. And Lil Wayne, hell yeah. Lil Wayne, I ain't gonna lie, I used to be writing Lil Wayne raps growing up. I used to write them bitches down on pieces of paper. Just I had a bitch memorized. I don't know that shit, but Wayne used to have that shit back in the day, back then. So yeah, them probably my biggest influences as far as hell yeah, music. Wayne that's whole time for sure.
So when did you notice the turning point in your career? Like, all right, it's getting serious.
Really not till kind of like recently. I had did a song with the DCG brothers, DCG Shine, DCG B-Sab. And that shit was going crazy. Like it dropped. People start like reacting to it, like the little reaction videos and shit to it, and then it's like people DMing me all type of shit. Like it started getting a lit. I ain't gonna say like I blew up or nothing, but it started getting like a little like, damn, this shit getting a lit. This shit could go somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So
how did you get your rap name?
Really, the nickname Mumu, my sister and them used to always be calling me that shit growing up. I always just call me that shit Mumu. All my sisters, I'm like, damn, man, that shit kind of like stuck with a few people. So I just took that, put Lil in front of it, because I'm little as hell, ran with it. Little as hell, man. But put that shit right in front of it, I ran with it, shit.
For sure. How would you describe or explain your current thoughts on the rap game? Like how you feel about it right now?
I ain't gonna lie, now, this shit really like, it's so many artists, bro. Like, it's so many hard ass artists that it's like, man, I ain't gonna lie. I think this the most music. Like, I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, it's a lot of raw ass artists out right now. Like, my look on the shit, like, it's like the music game, the rap game. Like, this the best that it been in, like, since I can like remember type shit. Even though I ain't been alive that long, but like from what I can remember, like, it's so many hard ass artists out here, bro. And it's like, it wasn't like I always liked this before. Not even like a few years ago, like the rap, this shit wasn't like how it was now.
It's lit now. What you
Yeah, this shit getting better. Like the artists getting better, the lyrics, everything getting better. That shit just is going back to like real rap type shit.
Yeah.
It's decent.
No, I agree with you. What would you say is the biggest risk that you took that paid off?
Biggest risk that I took that paid off. Shit, really stepping out with this shit, really. This music shit, stepping out this shit, all this shit, because all this shit be an investment. It be a lot of shit going on behind closed doors for people who try to like pursuing music that a lot of people don't see, like certain shit like this, like gotta go out of town, gotta pay for this, gotta pay for that. Everything costs when you want to breathe and you want to rap, that shit costs. Like, that shit costs. All that shit, studio time, promotion, all that shit that's going behind closed doors. That shit, man, that's the biggest risk I ever took, honestly. Because if you want to be honest, like, if you ain't no big artist and you ain't really seeing all them numbers and them streams and all that, what you putting out into this, you ain't 100% getting back regardless. You see what I'm saying? So it's like,
that's all just passion.
Exactly.
What would you say is the biggest sacrifice you had to make for your career?
Biggest sacrifice I had to make for my shit, I say, I definitely ain't really had to make too many big sacrifices for this shit, really. Because I've been over on top. But I think me even stepping out to do music was the sacrifice. Because it's like, soon as I made up my mind to be doing music, like, it was like, ain't nothing else gonna be able to get in the way of that. So if I got a studio session this day, at this time, whatever happened over there, that is what it is. I can't go over there. I gotta make sure I do this first. See what I'm saying? If I got a video shoot, whatever. When I stepped into it, the sacrifice was already made. You see what I'm saying? That was the sacrifice in itself.
That's real. Talk to us about your relationship with BJ Beats.
BJ, man, that's my brother. Real life. Like, that's my blood brother. Like, that's my big brother, man. That shit crazy. Watching his, like, that's what really give me a push and motivate me to keep doing this shit too. Cause it's like, this is my real brother. Like, I really watched him go from, man, making these beats every day, all day, like every day, all day. Tonight he's making them bitches for like people in the industry, getting plaques. He top producer. Like, this shit. That shit make you want to go like even way more harder. Cause it's like this, we shared the same everything together. Like, this shit, like, it's crazy. I look up to that boy though, for real. He went crazy.
So talk about the benefits of having such a strong, solid support system with just BJ, your friends, your family. Like, how important is that to have in this industry and business?
See, that's why I ain't gonna lie. Like, a lot of people who I know who be trying to rap and stuff, they be like, yeah, they don't got a support system and all that. But like, I always had it. That's what I'm saying. Like, even from my first time I ever made a song or dropped it or sent it to people or whatever, it always been a support. It's the same way that it is now from everybody who still do support me. So it's like, I don't know how to feel to not have it because I always had it. But it's like, this shit definitely a plus for sure though, for sure.
Nah, for real. Talk to us about the music scene back home in Chicago right now.
Music scene back home, that shit just like the industry. Yeah, all this shit getting better. It's just starting to produce a lot more versatility, should I say, with a lot of different artists. That's what the biggest thing right now is to me, from what I can hear on the up and coming scene. That it's starting to produce a lot of different and a lot more versatile artists.
No, that's real. How would you describe the impact Chicago's had on the music scene and the influence they carried throughout the music scene?
Man, you know, just like how I know with a lot of this shit. For the most part, it's really the lingo for the industry. Like, for everybody, really, it's mostly the lingo. I know a lot of people be saying this shit now, like with the drill beats and shit like that. But for the most part, from what I can see, but from what anybody can see from the outside looking in, is really for the most part the lingo. A lot of the words and the way people use the words, how people talk and shit, that shit from Chicago for sure.
Nah, for sure. I'd say more so how people carry out or release music more so versus their enemies. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit, like slide music shit, that really came from Chicago.
Yeah, for sure. Without a doubt about it. Ain't no doubt about it.
Would you say the music scene worsens the city or adds light to the city?
Honestly, bro, it's not either or if you ask me. People think it, well, I mean, I can see why people would say it make it worse, but it's like Chicago wild as hell before music. Like without the music, it's still gonna get wild. It's gonna get like that. So it's like, I don't be thinking it's like that, honestly. Cause you gotta think about it. The shit that they rapping about, the shit that motherfuckers rapping about is the shit that they doing. So motherfuckers will still be doing that if they wasn't rapping, because this is what, this they life. You see what I'm saying?
That's real though. Would you say artists from Chicago, like looking at all the people we had, legends and gone, that's here and forgotten, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say people would take notes like, okay, maybe I should move accordingly because we have so many fallen legends, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or we have so many successful people coming out the city, like you'll think it alters people's mindset to move differently?
I can't see, that's what I'm saying. I can't really speak for nobody else, really, honestly. But coming from Chicago, like if you from Chicago, you already know how to move regardless. Like out back, if you like out here, if you a face out here, or if you got shit going on and you involved in shit, you already know how to move. So it's like that shit just, I don't know. But when you a rapper though, that shit changed to a whole nother level as far as to if you had some shit going on before and you a rapper now too, you kind of in the spotlight even more.
For sure.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll let me to know to move more militant shit. So I don't see why it wouldn't be for the next spot mad motherfucker shit.
Nah, for real. Talk to us about your latest single, Back at It.
Oh, that's the single I was telling you I got with DCG Shine and DCG B-Sal. But yeah, that shit, it's a crazy story behind the song. The song is really like a game review, like beat type shit, and I had my brother make a beat out of the sample of the theme song. And I'm like, man, I'm finna rap off this shit, and I rapped off that shit, and that shit was decent. And then he was telling me like, you need to go and put somebody on that motherfucker. Like he the one who made that happen. Like he A&R'd all that. He A&R'd straight him right up on that.
How did Scoop Era come together?
I be wearing a lot. I got on some of this shit right now. Scoop Era. That's my man. That's my boy on the clothing and shit. He was looking like he one of the first people to send my music and shit too. I had his hoodie on in the video. He instantly hit me in the DM. I'm gonna go on post. He put it on his channel. Put it on his Instagram story and all that. So I've been rocking with him ever since.
That's hard. Talk to us about your upcoming project.
Man, that shit. Like I said earlier, with a lot of different versatility and shit, I feel like I'm one of them artists. I'm bringing a lot of different shit. I can make a song about a female. I can make a song about the street shit. I can make a song about my life, what I came from. I can do auto-tune. I can do none. So it's just gonna be a lot of different vibes, like a lot of different songs, a lot of different flows, a lot of different everything. But it's all gonna be hard in each way. Like each track is gonna be hard. I still ain't got no date or how many songs or no name, and I'm like that. But the shit I'm putting together and I've been cooking up, it's decent as hell for sure.
No, for sure. So talk to us about your independent grind as an independent artist.
Really, like the shit I was saying earlier, this shit be, when it's going good, when you see progress and shit happening from what you putting your money into, then that's when the shit start feeling, it start motivating you a little more. I ain't gonna lie, cause when you putting all your money into certain shit and it ain't working and this shit ain't happening and a lot of shit ain't falling the line, you don't really be too much fucking with that shit though, cause it don't really come with no guide. Like this shit don't come with no guide. Like say if you got a job or you finna go get a career or something, these are the steps in order for you to do what you gotta do to get to this and get to that. Ain't really no guide with this shit. You just gotta hope whatever you doing and putting your money and your time into is the right thing. and help you get to the next level of what you're trying to do with this shit.
No, for sure. Would you ever consider signing to a major?
I mean, yeah, if everything looking like right, get a lawyer too. Get a lawyer. Make sure he read that motherfucker. Make sure everything looking right. If everything looking decent, yeah, for sure, of course.
For sure. What else you working on at the moment?
I got this crazy single I'm finna drop sometime next month called From Nothing. It's gonna be, the video gonna be like on some mini movie, like cinematic type shit. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be decent though. Like, and it's, like I said, it's a whole different side. It's gonna show my versatility for sure.
Any last words and shout outs?
Last words, man, go keep streaming that Back at It. Shout out BJ Beats. My boy, he going crazy. Shout out all the folks from the hood who going crazy. And shout out everybody who fuck with me, who been rocking with me the long way. Shit, we gonna thug it out, keep going.
For sure, gang. Lil Moo, appreciate having me today, gang.
Appreciate you.
For sure.
AQC Rollers exotic, stuff a tray 5 in the wood. I pop a pill and pour a fold just to make me feel good. I told that bitch I'm chasing money. She replied back as you should. I'm only in this for the money. Bitch, I